Hello and welcome to a new video. I am gonna give you a bookshelf tour today just because I feel like I'm gonna need a third one very soon because I have a lot of books back home in the Netherlands at my mom's house. I live in Sweden and yeah, I do have a lot of books there, so I feel like once I have those that I'm gonna maybe have to purchase another bookshelf. So that's why I thought I would show you my current bookshelf. Also, as you can see, the background of my bookshelf is green. I added wallpaper because when I have a house I do want to paint my bookshelves like green. So for now I added wallpaper to it. I didn't do an amazing job, so please ignore the mistakes I've made when I do a close-up. But yeah, I'm gonna start from the top down to the bottom. They are just Billy IKEA bookshelves and you can't see the bottom part yet, but we'll get to that. So let's get into it. This is not my shelf, this is my boyfriend's shelf. As you can see, he loves photography, so this is just his photography books. And there's also a Hobbit door that I clayed myself for him. And I also made him his cat from clay. And yeah, he has to face backwards like that. I'm not gonna talk about his shelf too much, but yeah, that's my boyfriend's shelf. He's allowed one. The rest are mine. Because the rest are mine. But now we're going to my Harry Potter shelf. I've got a little power bank here and I got this suitcase that I kind of use as a bookend. And then I've got my Harry Potter books. I got a little Harry and Ron Lego car thing. And now we are on a shelf lower and these are just kind of my paper bags. Mostly like Romantasy, so let's just go through all of them. We have an indie book here, which is A Wrecking of Salt and Fire. This one has been on my physical TBR for quite a while now, and I keep telling myself to pick it up, but I haven't. It's by E.K. Kondos. But yeah, this is an indie book about it's like a inspired by Greek mythology meets pirates, or something like that, Romantasy. So I am really intrigued in reading it. And then I have A House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron E. Craig. I still have to get to that one. I'm pretty sure it's like a 12 Dancing Princess retelling, so I'm really excited to read that one. And then I have another indie book that I have read. I'm pretty sure it's now being officially published, and it's Of Blades and Wings by Elisa Rain. I enjoyed it. It's really short. It's a trilogy. And it's very bingeable. I haven't read the second and third one yet just because I couldn't get my hands on the indie versions anymore, and the second and third one isn't out yet. And I haven't really thought about it since, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this book or not. But yeah. And now for two books that are part of, I don't know how many books there will be in this series. Oh, I have them the wrong way around. But it's by The Orchid and the Owl and By the Moonbeam and the Mist by Mariah Montoya. These are one of my first Romantasy books that I've read when I started reading. It's kind of like after Fort Wing and stuff, and I remember absolutely loving it. I'm not sure if I would love it as much now if I would read it again, but I'm pretty sure the third one is coming out kind of soon, so I will continue it. Again, it's indie published, and I absolutely love the covers of these. And now on to one of my favorite series of all time, and it's the Entangled with Fae series. So I have the second one, which is Heart of the Raven Prince. There is a first one, I just don't own a physical copy of it yet. I did read that one as well, I really enjoyed it. And then we have the second one, which is A Kiss of the Selkie, and then we have A Taste of Poison. And then the last one is A Dream So Wicked. I haven't read that one yet, but so far I've liked all of them. Heart of the Raven Prince is definitely my favorite. And basically this series, every single book in this series, it is an interconnected standalone series, but every single book is a different princess retelling. And yeah, my favorite is Heart of the Raven Prince, which is a Cinderella retelling. If you loved Bridgerton season 4 and fantasy, I think Heart of the Raven Prince, you would definitely enjoy it. You don't have to read them in order. I would recommend that though, because you do get introduced to the character in the book before, most of the time, but yeah. And then we have A Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I read her Fable and Namesake series, I kind of enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm kind of saving this one for autumn. I don't know much about it. It just is giving me autumn vibes. And then we have The Story Collector by E.V. Woods. Again, I'm waiting to read this in autumn. All I know about it is that it's like based in Ireland, in like Dublin. Sounds really like my kind of book, so I'm really excited to read that one. And then I have The Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Bardugo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I read the duology, really enjoyed it. Not my favorite books of all time, but I did enjoy it, and I definitely do think it deserves the hype. I do think it is one of the more popular books. Then I have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. Absolutely love the cover of this one. All I know about it is that it's a cozy fantasy, and I'm pretty sure her companion is like a spider plant or something like that. I'm just waiting for the good time to read that. And then I have Fable and Namesake by Adrienne Young. It's a YA duology, and it's kind of just pirate vibes. It is fun. I would say it's quite underrated. I really enjoyed it. Has a nice family in it, and interesting story. Didn't like Namesake as much though, thought that one was really predictable, but it's still a good time. And then we have Bewitched and Bespelled by Laura Talassa. I read Bewitched, I enjoyed it. I can't remember what I rated it, but yeah, I did read Bewitched. I did enjoy it enough to get Bespelled as well. So I will continue it. I don't know if it's a duology or... Oh no, I'm pretty sure the third one that came out, so I think it's like a trilogy. But yeah, that is just an adult romantasy with witches, so a bit of fun. And then we have The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I am not sure if I want to read this. I started it once and I couldn't get into it. I feel like I just need to start it again, but yeah, I have that one. And then I also have A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. I bought this because I absolutely love the cover, but it also sounds interesting. I'm pretty sure it's just another adult romantasy, but it's about this dancer. I don't know what it's about really. I don't really know what it's about. This is the back. In case you are curious, you can just pause the video right here. And here are my Stephanie Garber books. So we have the Caraval trilogy and the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. I really enjoyed the Caraval trilogy. Like if you want to get into romantasy, I think this is an amazing way to get into it. I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, didn't love it as much as Caraval. I didn't really like it at all. I am going to read the second one. Is that the second one? I'm pretty sure, The Ballad of Never After. I'm going to read that one very soon, and then The Curse of True Love. I'm not sure if they are in the right way. I don't know which one of the two is the second and the third one, but I'm going to read the second one very soon, and I hope it will get better. And now we are onto the shelf next to it. I'm going to start from this side. I have Thrust of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I actually did start this book before, and I couldn't get into it, so I don't know if I should keep it or not. And then I have another book that is indie published, and for some reason it absolutely terrifies me. It's a chunky book, very chunky. Like it's 600 pages long, which is okay. It just for some reason does terrify me because the pages are quite big as well. Yeah, it's When Gods Fall. I'm pretty sure this is also inspired by Greek mythology, like a romantasy. But I really want to get to it. I don't know what's stopping me. I absolutely love the cover. I think it's so cool. I love the moon on it, and just, yeah, I think it's really cool. And I'm sure I'm gonna get to it this year. I hope. We shall see. And I just noticed that I have these two the wrong way around. The first one is A Fate Inked in Blood, and A Curse Carved in Bone. It's by Daniel L. Jensen. I just know it's a Viking romantasy, and I absolutely love the covers of it. It is stunning, and I'm really excited to get to it. I've heard mixed reviews about it though, so I'm not sure. Then we have This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Ilona Andrews. I read this recently. I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. Or was it a 4.25? I can't remember. I enjoyed it. Also, I am one of those people that do not care when my series match or not. Like my Caraval trilogy doesn't match. My Once Upon a Broken Heart doesn't match either. And my Dance of Thieves duology doesn't match either. But that's okay. But yeah, I have that one. Never read it before. So I don't know why I own both of them. I think I just got them really cheap off on Vinted. Excited to read them though. And then we have a cute little light thingy with a deer on it. I absolutely love deers, like in decor. That one's there. Then I have Reborn by Greenwich and Lennox. My last 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. I'm terrified to read this one. Absolutely terrified. So I don't know when I will read it. And if I will read it one day. I hope so. I will. And then I have The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater. This isn't a fantasy. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like magical realism. I have to be in the mood for this. I feel like I really have to focus on this book. So yeah. Don't know when I'll be reading that one. And then we have The Road of Bones by Demi Winters, which it's a 5-star prediction. It's a Viking romantasy, but I've heard so many amazing things about it and I really want to read it. So I hope I'll get to it soon. And then we have Hall of Smoke by H.M. Long. I'm pretty sure it is a Viking-inspired Norse book about this strong female warrior. So I'm really excited to read that. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy that a lot. And then we have a book that I'm absolutely terrified to read, and it's Throne of Glass. I haven't really enjoyed many popular romantasy books so far, but I have a feeling I might enjoy Throne of Glass. Will I? I don't know. I never think about picking it up and start reading it because I am so scared. Because I feel like it's one of the most loved book series ever. And then I have A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kammerer. I just know it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I think so. I don't know much about it, but I have that one. I got it for really cheap on Vinted. And then I have another 5-star prediction, and it's The Bear and the Nightingale by, I'm not going to take it out, by Catherine Arden. I am pretty sure it's inspired by Russian mythology, and I'm really going to like a mythology folklore phase right now, so I'm really excited. And then, talking about mythology, I have I, Medusa by Ayana Gray. Look at this book, isn't it beautiful? I am really excited to read it. It's a Medusa retelling, so that will be fun. I also recently made a little hobbit door from clay, so I hang that up. Look how cute it is. I'm actually starting a new series on Book Talk on making my bookshelf more whimsical, and this was part 1. So if you want to see that, you can check out my TikTok. It is in the description. Right, let's go down to my favorite shelf, or one of my favorite shelves. I have Irish Myths and Legends. I think this book is absolutely stunning. I love Ireland, I've lived in Ireland, my boyfriend's Irish, and I love mythology, so I had to get that book, and I think it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, I put it right next to my Boys of Tommen series. Before someone comments, where is Saving 6? I read it on my Kindle, and I haven't been bothered to purchase a physical copy of it, so guess I can read it on my Kindle if I want. So for now, this is fine. And yeah, this is my favorite series of all time. Also, look at my Ninja bookend. Isn't it adorable? Yeah, and I have a plant here. I don't have many books here because I think these deserve the shine on its own. So that's that. And now another one of my favorite shelves, and it's I call it the hardcover shelf, and sprayed edges. But yeah, we have a duology I absolutely loved. It's City of Nightmares and Cage of Dreams by Rebecca Schever. I don't know how to say that name, I'm really sorry. Yeah, very underrated duology. I think it has one of the best character developments in it. It's a lot of fun. And then I have Immortal Consequences right there. A book I am terrified to read, and it's Alchemized. Absolutely stunning sprayed edges, by the way. I think this book is gorgeous. And then we have this book. I bought it because I thought the cover was really pretty and the sprayed edges, but I actually did DNF this one. I do think I will reread it, or I will read it another time and try again, because I think I kind of enjoyed it. I just maybe wasn't in the right mindset to read this book. And then I have A Wild Reference by Rebecca Ross. Very excited to read this one. One of my favorite covers. It's so pretty. And then a book that is actually the first sprayed edge I ever got, and it's The Wren in the Holly Library. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I just haven't heard great things about it, so that's kind of putting me off on reading it, but maybe one day. And then another very underrated series, and it's a Language of Dragons series. I have the first one and the second one. The second one is War Wyvern. I really enjoyed it. I think there's a third one coming. And then I have Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Very excited for the movie. House of Blight by Maxime M. Martineau. I am thinking about unhauling this one because I read it and I only gave it 3 stars. And there's a second one and I'm not sure if I want to read the second one. And then one of my favorite books of all time, and it's Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Pornak, inspired by Polish folklore mythology. Don't know which one. Such a good book and absolutely stunning. And then one of my first dystopian books I've ever read, The Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. Very underrated, really enjoyed that one. Okay, I am back. I had not enough space to stand in front of my bookshelf and I don't have a proper tripod. But yeah, I am back. So let's go through another one of my favorite bookshelves. I call this more my colorful, whimsical bookshelf. And first up, we've got The Witcherly and The Witcherlies. I'm confused. Why are they both called The Witcherly? Oh, they're not called The Witcherly. I was really confused there for a second. The first one is called The Witcherlies and the second one's called The Witcherlies Love and Other Curses. I don't know how many books this will have. I read the first 2. Third one is coming out in October. Really enjoyed the first one. Second one, a little bit bored, but I am still going to continue with it. It's Regency era with witches. And then here I have The Princess Knight by Kate Jacobs. I actually didn't really like this book. And then I have Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, one of my favorite books of all time. It's so whimsical and cute, and it's standalone. So if you love a very romantic book with Regency in it and fae, pick this one up. It's so underrated. And then I have The League of Gentlewomen and Witches, The Secret Service of Teen Treason, and The Mysterious Society of Lady Scandal. I haven't read any of them, but I do own all 3 of them. They sound like a bit of fun. So yeah, I still have to get to those. And then I have my Emily Wilde books. I only have the first 2. They are, again, a 5-star prediction. I am waiting for the right time to be reading these books because I have a feeling I'm gonna absolutely love these books. I am just kind of scared and I am just imagining reading it in like nature when I'm in like a cabin in the woods or something. And then I also have Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher. I've never read anything by this author before and I am quite excited for it. So yeah. And this book I'm going to be reading very, very soon, and it's Wildwood Dancing by Juliet Marillier. I'm going to bring it with me on holiday, so hopefully you will be seeing a review of that this month. And then I have The Rose Bargain and The Dorn Queen, one of my favorite duologies of all time. It's by Sasha Payton Smith. Such a good duology. And then my current read, which is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I am really enjoying it so far. I am like 60% throughout the book right now. I don't know if you can see it, but in the corner over there I've got my Anne of Green Gables series. It is 24 degrees right now and my apartment is feeling like a sauna. I am melting because I'm melting. I'm gonna go through this a little bit faster before I turn into a puddle. And then I have The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin. I've heard amazing things about this one. I'm absolutely obsessed with the cover. So we have The 13th Child by, don't know much about it. I'm excited to read it though. I feel like I have a lot of this author's books. So I definitely need to go and start reading her books. And then I have The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw. Such a good book. This is such an underrated book. And then I have Nightshade by Autumn Woods. Such a good book. I really enjoyed that one. And it's a dark academia book. And then I have Anatomap by Carrie Lake. Really enjoyed it. Still have to read the second one though. And then I have Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. I'm pretty sure it's another dark academia book. I'm very excited to read that one. Then I have Belladonna and Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I'm pretty sure this is like a darker romantasy. I don't know much about it, but I've heard great things about it. And then I've got Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I feel like this was very popular on BookTok for a while, and I think that's why I bought it. Haven't really thought about reading it though. So tell me, have you read it? Is it worth reading? I don't know. And then I have The Serpent and the Wings of Night and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. And then I have The Rebel Witch, The Crimson Moths, Maid and Bride. I really enjoyed The Crimson Moths. by Kristen Cicerelli. I am reading A Rebel Witch very soon as well, planning on reading that this month. And I enjoyed Bright by Ailey Hazelwood, and I am kind of waiting again for autumn to be reading Mate. And I got a cute little fox. Actually, it's my boyfriend's, but I claimed it to put it on my bookshelf. So as you can see, this is my Stephen King bookshelf. In my family, that's required reading. So I, of course, had to have a bookshelf full of Stephen King books. I've got Mr. Mercedes, The Outsider, Eye of the Dragon, Billy Summers, Mystery, Elevation, The Institute, Under the Dome, The Stand, and I got the Dark Tower series. I've only read The Institute, Elevation, and The Eye of the Dragon, and absolutely loved this book, which is The Institute. So if you want to get into Stephen King, very good one to get into. So let's go down to the shelf behind me, and then I just have the lower ones, but I don't really have many normal books down there, so we're almost at the end, so bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through it like this, because there's a plant behind me and it's in the way. So it's hidden a little bit. So at first I have The Half-Drowned King by Linnea Hardcover. Yeah, it's a Viking book, I'm pretty sure. It's not a fantasy book, it's just Vikings. And I'm kind of excited to read it. Just feel like I need to have the right mindset for it. Then I have The Will of the Many, which I have heard amazing things about. Then I have the Bloodsworn trilogy. And the first one is The Shadow of the Gods, second one is The Hunger of the Gods, and the third one is The Fear of the Gods. So I've only read the first one, very excited to continue reading that one. It's a high fantasy book as well. These are kind of my high fantasy books, and then my thrillers and random books. That's this shelf. And then I have the Mistborn trilogy, which I haven't started yet, but again, heard amazing things about that one. Then I've got Hard to Lover by Lily King, which I did read recently, last month actually. I gave it 4 stars, kind of enjoyed it. It's a romance book. Then I've got Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna and The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. Never read a Kristen Hanna book, and I have heard nothing but good things about her books, so I'm very excited to read it. And then I have The God of the Woods by Liz Moore and Beartown by Frederick Backman, which is a really good book, by the way. I've read Beartown. And then I have The Book Thief, and The Book Thief is such a good book. Like, I read it not that long ago and I absolutely loved it. So definitely a must read if I say so myself. And then I have The Bright Years by Sarah Damoff. I've not read that one yet. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I read it on audiobook. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it on audiobook. So if you can, read None of This Is True on audiobook. And then I have Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Now, I haven't read it yet because I really enjoyed None of This Was True. I really wanted to try something else by this author. So yeah, there's kind of plans in the way here. But yeah, I have The Tenant by Frida McFadden. And then The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. I read The Perfect Son. I really enjoyed it. One of my favorite books of Frida McFadden. I've only read 3, but yeah. And then I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. And then I have 2 Nikki French books. I have no idea what they're called in English, but yeah, Nikki French. I'm pretty sure they're trilogy. And then My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. And I enjoyed it. I wasn't sure if I liked the plot twist though. And we're now already down to the bottom shelf. And then I got 2 De Lange horses. And I just got a bit of random books here. I've got Always Remember, which is a stunning like illustrated book. Then I got Legume and Jutta, which are just about like Swedish lifestyle. And I live in Sweden, so I really was intrigued to read those. And I think they are beautiful books. And I just got a little house there. So I'm now already down to my last bookshelf, which is my classic bookshelf. So let's go through all the classics that I own. So these are they're just really old Dutch books. They're just there for decor. And I got my little reading journal on top of it. Then I just got this broken mug and I turned it into a plant pot. But yeah, I've got Sense and Sensibility, and then I have Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights, The Picture of Dorian Gray, Pride and Prejudice, and Little Women. And I have to be honest here, I haven't read a classic yet. I tried to read Wuthering Heights, but couldn't really get into it. It's quite hard, especially as a non-native English person, but I do want to get into it. I love like the Pride and Prejudice movie, so I kind of am intrigued to read the book. Same as Little Women, and those two editions are absolutely stunning. But one day I will read my classics. But that was my bookshelf tour. But yeah, if you're still here and you made it to the end of my video, thank you so much for watching. I much appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!